thing bangers.
Hey, kedai RM2 and a kedai RM1 fucking underrated, boss. You can find all kinds of shit there, bro.
Can't find love there, bro. How?
That one a bit more expensive than RM2, bro.
No, but for real lah. Sebab I grew up in Sarawak and
Yeah.
kedai RM2 is a huge fucking thing.
Yeah. JB
When so when I pindah here, KL ni area kan, I didn't even like nampak banyak sangat kedai RM2 tau.
Yeah.
But now sepa kedai RM2.
Because people have no money, boss. People need the budget.
You have to buy the RM2 shit. You have the what?
Yeah.
Eco. There's a new one, Eco. Before this Daiso and now there's Eco.
Yeah,
and then there's like apa benda tak tahu banyak ah.
Yeah, last time it was RM1. When I was young, it was RM1 shop.
Oh no. Okay, after RM1, they naik RM2 tau. And then then comes GST, so it became RM2 6 sen. If I'm not mistaken kan. It's like RM2 and then ada 6 sen tau. So macam babi, dude. GST time is a weird ass time, dude.
That was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
Like that was a time when kita macam when we go lepak with our friend, we look at the bills like okay lah, service charges divide semua orang easy, and now you have to add service charge, you have to be GST, then you do I'm like
tax. like yo. The other day I went out with my colleagues and shit. One of the guys actually did a whole Excel sheet of like how much because we were like, dude, because there's a lot of food and drinks and stuff. He was like, don't worry.
Yeah, I like that
I'll
guy.
count. I was like, thank you.
I like that guy.
Straight up got Excel sheet, Kavi, how much you owe. I'm like, nice.
Okay, did he put his banking details punya situ?
Yeah.
That guy win. Every like a group of friends need that guy though. My girlfriend ada seorang ah.
He told us like in his group of friends he's the guy, so he said he kind of enjoys it. I was like, alright, cool man, go do your thing. Like,
is he like a Malay guy, Indian guy, Chinese guy?
Chinese guy.
Oh, okay. If it's a Malay guy, I was gonna ask like, what's his name? Probably my friend.
Chinese blood. It's GST was a weird. Because I remember going to the RM1 shop, and if I would see something for RM1 and 5 cents, because they have stuff that's like 120 or whatever.
Yeah, and then you have to.
But I was a small kid, so it's like, Ma, how can they sell this here? It's supposed to be RM1 shop. Like, why is it 120? Like,
Tabati.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I was also scammed. It starts at RM1, RM1.
Yeah. They have a lot of stuff lah. That's like,
that's why how they make money though. Because the thing that they sell, yang macam it cost less than RM1 and jadi RM1.
Yeah, correct.
They
won't sell anything less than RM1 lah.
Power lah.
So like a fucking eraser also could be RM1, like.
Betul. But they don't sell one eraser lah. They sell like maybe 3-4, like total cost like probably 20 sen, 50 sen lah katakan kan. This one then they sell like RM1.
You know what I miss
waktu sekolah beli banyak main lawan-lawan kan.
You know, I miss going to the koperasi at school. I don't know why. I just miss going there and buying like the 555 notebook or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you know what I mean? That shit was fun, dude.
Like, okay, your school, is your koperasi more banger than your canteen sekolah?
Canteen? Yeah, because they had all the cookies and shit like that. It was fun.
Wait, they have my canteen and they have biscuit teddy. You know biscuit teddy, the chocolate. It's a keropok, but it's chocolate. So it's like crack. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sedap gila though.
I always don't know how many to eat at once because when you take it, you're like, it feels like keropok, so you take a lot lah. Then you're like, fuck, like it's actually like biscuit.
For me, benda lah tu. Whenever I eat. Okay lah, we call it biscuit lah. Okay, from sweeping declaration, it's called biscuit, not keropok. Even though packaging is keropok, and I always eat the head first. I don't know why, but whenever I eat that thing, I have to eat the head, kepala dulu. Because if I eat their kaki, and in my mind it's like, oh man, they're suffering, dude. I eat their kaki.
It's slow death.
It's a slow death for them. For me, it's like I gotta end this fast. Pop kepala dulu. And then after that, I was like, okay, now I can eat the body. So whenever I find like kepala dah terputus, I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Sedap sial.
I just do the whole thing, just fucking. It's so small, isn't it?
Masuk.
Just die.
No, you know what I wish that our koperasi have now is one of the nabati cheese. Remember that we had masa kita kat MMU kan, the Indonesian cheese wafer. Bro, Why the fuck sekarang baru ada sial dulu bapa.
Yeah,
If I had lah, I'd probably eat that shit, dude.
That shit was good, dude.
Pergi,
but also go ahead.
Kalau if I have to go canteen and the only thing I'll buy is nugget je tu.
Yeah, nuggets or
Akak,
like
nugget RM5. Masuk kelas kan, duduk belakang makan. Baru je.
Also, the thing was like the the koperasi will have like the other students working there.
Yeah.
And then there was the teacher. There's a teacher who'll be like, okay, this is the koperasi teacher. That koperasi teacher always damn cool one because she's not really like a real teacher. She kind of just like handle.
My is an actual teacher, you know? One of the teachers.
Oh no, ours was just a specific teacher to just handle the koperasi. Yeah.
Your school bougie as fuck, dude.
So her job is to come unlock. She come unlock, and then she most of the time she's the one who juggle lah. But my high school had a Chinese uncle. Is a printing shop and also a koperasi.
Your school have a printing shop and a koperasi.
Yeah. That's why we go to print our like. We go to print our like project and shit lah. Go to the uncle and print our Chinese uncle. and then
kaya, baby.
And then sometimes you will see the uncle outside the school like smoking cigarette outside the school. Then he come back in. If you come to the shop, he's not there. He's like, uncle went to smoke. Then he come back later.
Panjat kat pagar, uncle. Cepat nak print, nak photo state. For me, my school I think we have the photo state thing, but it's like McDonald's punya ice cream machine.
That never works lah.
I go there, it's like, wait, it's always the student jaga and seniors and say, wait bro, aku nak photo state rosak. Aku cakap, babi manjang siar rosak. Kimak kau bilang betul kan babi?
The fucker don't want to do
he
work.
Lazy. He lazy.
Rosak ah.
But
do they get paid?
My school they got paid though.
I think they got paid a bit, right? Yeah.
The guy passed away. Rest in peace, my guy.
Oh shit! Sorry.
He passed away. Sorry. Yeah. I forgive you for being a dick to me and not photostate my shit. We're good. Okay, but my school budak-budak koperasi dapat bayar tu, dapat duit tu.
I think they get paid like sikit lah, but like they get paid lah. Like
yeah, probably like seminggu RM50. It's like
yeah. But bro,
for sekolah seminggu RM50
banyak bro. $200 a month.
How much do you get for duit belanja if you don't mind me asking ah? Duit belanja sekolah.
For school?
Yeah.
High school was RM5 from Form 1 to Form 3, and then RM10 from Form 3 to Form 5 because I used to stay back for football and shit like that. So I had $10. That was it. Yeah, that was it.
You know how much I get from I start sekolah until I finish my sekolah?
How much?
RM2, baby.
Even in high school?
Until high school. But you want to know why I got RM2?
Because your mom is there, right?
No. My mom teach my school after I chow already. Like after 7-8 years I chow, baru my mom start ajar tu. You know why I got RM2 je? Because if I'm hungry, I'll go back makan.
Okay, that's why.
I'm that Pokemon in school. If, you know, I told you this before. If I go to school and orang masuk sekolah pukul 7, I'll masuk sekolah at 10. So I'll just after I breakfast apa semua, I woke up at 8 after I breakfast, I main Dota one game. Then I walked, because from my house to my school it's like a walking distance, it's like 15 minutes walking. So I walked to school. Our school at the hujung padang behind there, the wall robo how.
Right. So you can just walk in.
Yeah, the wall robo because it's built on a ledge and then macam tanah runtuh how. Yeah, I didn't know how the fuck I was not dead because I lalu there every day. So start sekolah pukul 10, I'll go there, masuk kelas, ambil attendance because I was the ketua kelas.
Right.
Ketua kelas terbaik by the way. Ambil attendance and then put my name there, hadir all that, and I go set. After I set, I go back. I balik. That's why my mom and my dad don't even bother to give me money for school because they know I'll be at home.
My school, we had like because our field was quite big, and then so like your school at the opposite end of the what do you call this, the field, there used to be a small gate because sometimes some kids my school was kind of like on a hill like this, so like sometimes some kids, I guess parents or the bus or whatever, they would just leave them down. So they were like, okay, you don't have to walk all the way up. You just walk a bit and then you muscle this gate. You're already in school already. But the people started using that shit to chow lah. we can just chow and come back like No one will know. We'll just be like, yo, no, we were playing football. Like, we were just, we're right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we used to, then they lock the shit up. Fuckers.
Man,
like,
but your school tembok batu kan?
Yeah.
My school only like the cantik part on the depan side is tembok batu, but at the back is all the green
fence.
Mesh thing or fence. So that shit, bro, you go near the... Okay, to the people who are still in school and you want to learn about this, how to break out, I'll teach you. I'm an expert. So you know that's like in each of the fences, like a tiang end.
Yep.
You go as close as you can to the tiang and you drive your heels.
Yeah.
Straight, kena on the side of that thing. And then the thing that's holding the fence will start get longer. And then you just wail sampai cabut.
Yeah, it will just come out.
Once dah cabut, that thing will bend like keluar. So you just pull ke bawah and then you just climb out.
Yeah.
That's how you skip school, kids. Because right now, budak-budak sekolah kena pergi sekolah and they have like the hybrid thing now.
Yeah. They do.
I also learned, I learned about the hybrid thing like a couple of days ago. It's like, what the fuck is a hybrid thing?
I also don't know what do you mean?
So it's like from my understanding, macam rotation. Some will go to class and then others will have offline class. So some will go to class.
That's pretty cool actually.
It's pretty cool, but okay, let's be honest. We are both college graduate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can say, like, safely say our degree does not mean jack shit. But what we learn there is the soft skill, like how to talk to other people, how to presentation, which is like the more important kind of stuff, like, you know, confidence basically, and building confidence. And
yep.
And if you have to do macam online teaching offline, what's the point of ni though? Sebab for me, I was talking
you don't get the full experience.
You don't get that thing, because for me, like, degree, whatever fuck degree, but the most important thing about college is like confidence, you know.
Yeah.
For you to go out and actually, like, you know, talk to people yang memang straight up strangers.
Learning to work in groups and shit.
Yeah, like learning how to do your job.
Yeah.
Be a part of a team, because I was like, you know, I'm in the middle of like job hunting, so I was like hanging out with a bunch of HR apa semua. So I was asking them, because I was wondering.
What? Wait.
What?
I don't know. The way you said, I've been hanging around with a lot of HR people. Like
yeah, that's what I said. That's I was like, you know,
I don't know why that's so funny.
Because they are the one that's doing the hiring. So I'm making connects.
I imagine you at like a mama with a bunch of people like, hey, there's a violation, like, or some shit.
Oh, tak ada. What I do is I'll ask, like I say, my friend kerja bank negara kan. So I ask him, hey, do you know the HR? And he said, yeah, I know the HR. I mean, do you maybe there's a day, maybe we can go lepak, everything, whatever. So we go out, everything, and then I'll ask him, like, hey, do you guys actually look at where students or potential workers graduate from? And then they want to cakap, most of the time, man, they will look at it, but when it comes to like during the interview, budak-budak yang macam, you know, work by themselves, they self-taught, and in terms of skill, they are like way better than budak-budak yang degree, of course but when it comes to like soft skill, they want tak ada. And this kind of people, they see soft skill more than they want your what's the opposite of soft skill? Hard skill.
Yeah, I mean
logic hard skill hard skill kan.
Like the actual skill of the job. You know what I mean, like they're not high. For them, I think for most companies, it's like, okay, can you do the actual job good enough? If you can, then they look at your soft skills, because for them it's like, okay, if I can teach this motherfucker to be better and all that stuff, but I don't need to teach him communicating and like working in a team and all this kind of shit, it's fine. I can make him better. He doesn't have to be the best at the job, you know what I mean? I got hired that way also. Like, I'm not really like a copywriter, but I got hired because like the boss, when he interviewed me, was like, okay, you have these other skills. So like the copywriting is like, fine, you can just send you for a class, it'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, so you're right.
Soft
I think
skill tu confidence I think.
It's more valuable, and I did have this conversation with my dad before, and I was telling him like, actually to like move up, right? If you think about your boss or your CEO or whoever it is, right? I don't think you get to there by just being great at your job.
Betul.
you gotta be like a leader, you gotta be all these things. You can be fucking great at a job, but if you cannot people manage and all this kind of stuff, you're never gonna go anywhere.
Betul. I agree. Because like, okay, I think you and me, we see like how the game works, and we have seen people who are like literally incompetent, like can't do shit, don't know shit, but they're like at the top.
Yeah.
And why they're at the top, they're good at one thing, which is like connection. They know how to make connection. They know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
So I think that's like, for me, that's more important. Sebab tu, for me lah, the thing is like whenever I go for job interview ke apa semua kan, my resume I'll just put like bare minimum, because if someone hires me based on my resume, and I probably don't want to work there. Because I want to work with people who like, you know, okay, I want to have a talk with you. Let's sit down, because it's not just about me working for them. And it's about like how I perceive them juga. So if the vibe is off and you can't communicate with me properly, I'm not gonna work at your place.
And also like I think at the time when I got this current job that I have at this agency, there was another interview that I had that I already got through the app. And they actually hit me up and was like, yo, you got the job. But I was like, okay, wait, I got one more interview. Let me do that first. Now get back to y'all. The difference was the other company didn't seem like they cared about helping me. And I when I say that, I mean like my current job, they are like this now. You guys are gonna come here, you're gonna work for a couple of years, you're gonna chow. But the point is, when y'all chow, we want people to be like, oh, this person is from this agency, so that's why he's that good.
I get it.
You know what I mean? They're not thinking like, okay, you're gonna work for us forever. They're like, okay, you're gonna leave, but when you leave, you better be good, so that it looks good on us. Which is good for both parties. If I'm good at my job, then obviously that's good for the company. But then when I leave, I can probably get a better job because I'm better than I was when I joined, and it's a good name for you lah. Oh, everybody from this agency is dope. I like looking for places like that, because for me it's like, I don't want you to look at me like you said. I don't want you to look at me like some dude just come here to work, like to do your job for you and then leave. And I was like,
Betul. Sebab you macam personally, you know me and you know how my way of thinking works.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, the way I think is like very weird, you know. And the things that I say to them, macam, the fuck are you talking about? So it's hard when I go to an office, to a place where I work. People like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, you get me? Because my idea, whatever the fuck I'm saying right now, may not work for this particular idea, but maybe in the next project we can reuse balik. And so I mean, like, what's the point of you macam you tengok wah Mamat ni gempak, but when it comes to like interview apa semua, kantoi tak, you can't even speak. Client tanya, why late kejap, sorry, let me check this like. Because then if like orang passive, the way I see like, when you're passive and you're not just gonna like susahkan yourself, you're gonna susahkan your team, which is like more important, though. For me, when I work, your team comes first, though.
Yeah, but I mean, for some people, they are able to learn that on the job. I think a lot of people, when you join, then you start to see. Then I've been in companies where people are like, my colleagues are like super reserved and not really whatever. And then after a while, they realize like, oh, like okay, we need to do like this so that I'll get better and I'll be able to eventually get a better job or get promoted here or whatever, right? I guess you'll be able to learn on the job. But that's one skill that, like, especially for like our course, where it's like group work, where it's like we managed like 20, 30 people, production and shit like that. Like, we've been there dealing with people getting mad, people don't want to work, people tired, all this shit. Like, we've dealt with that shit. So like that's why I think now when I work, I can tell when a colleague of mine is like out of it, is like, okay, like she's checked out already. Like she's not working.
She's not here. Brain not here.
Not here. Yeah.
Mindless typing.
Yeah, it's just bullshit already at this point. You know what I mean? So like, and that's how I know that for myself as well. I'm like, okay, I'll tell boss like, tomorrow, I cannot do this. Like, you know what I mean? It's not working. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. But I do think a lot of companies are like that nowadays. I mean, the last couple of
COVID opens a lot of people's eyes, dude.
because when you work from home, then they started to realize that like
these motherfuckers are human too.
Human aspect, right? Like, oh, you gotta do shit. Oh, you got a kid or something. You gotta do or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you got a life. Oh shit, you actually have a life. Like, you know what I mean? If you're just going to the office every day, this person just thinks, nah, fucker just comes to the office every day. He's working, what, like nothing else. You know what I mean? I was even having this conversation yesterday. I went out co-working with my colleagues, and then
you went a co-space, eh?
Yeah, co-working space.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then like I didn't have much to do yesterday. So I was kind of like just sitting around.
Lepa.
And then like I'm just sitting around I was just like, okay, I was like reading stuff, whatever, trying to learn stuff or whatever. We had like a couple meetings. Then after that we went for a drink after that. I told my boss, I was like, yeah, he was like, okay, you wanna go co-working space, it's good. Maybe 1 week once, 2 week once, whatever. And I was like, I don't mind if I got stuff to do. Because when I don't have stuff to do, now I'm sitting there and I'm just going back and forth between decks. Just like trying to pretend like I'm doing something when I got nothing to do. Yeah, and then he's like, actually, if you're at home, you could be watching TV or you could be making music or some shit like that, right? I was like, I don't want to come out and just sit. And then I thought about it. That's what office is. Because office sometimes you got no work. What? There'll be some days where
when I was at office, that's how I climb my ranking on Teamfight Tactics, the office, because there's nothing to do, dude.
Yeah, but like my old office, we all, kind of sit next to each other. I can't be just doing shit. You feel bad. Like, even though you're like, if somebody asks you, you can be like, yeah, bro, I got nothing to do. So I'm watching this YouTube video. But it feels bad, right? You're like, fuck, the next
your friend dying.
And I'm like, I'll just go and Kayczar, like, hey, can I help? Like, what's going on? Like, So working from home, it's humanizing. Like, it's like, okay, if you have nothing to do, you should be able to go fucking take your dog for a walk or like watch a show or some shit, paint or whatever the fuck you like to do. Office is more like a machine,
True.
People come in, people go out, like.
And then for me lah, I think I like the idea of sekarang a lot of companies, like banyak company are starting to adapt to a more hybrid punya schedule lah, which is like super
smaller office.
And people are down for remote works.
Yeah.
Like I had an interview like I think last week with a company from Jakarta, and they were asking me like, are you okay with remote work, son? Since I'm from Malaysia and they're in Jakarta, and I was like, yeah, of course I'm okay with remote, but preferably I would like to like relocate pergi sana apa semua kan. And then it's like, oh, actually our jobs here, you don't even have to relocate. You can just work from there.
That's great.
That's like in terms of like You trying to say logistically? Yes, logistically. Thank you. Logistically, macam it's way better if I work from here apa semua kan. I want to go there. I want to go lepak.
If you want to go, no, but it's good that you have that option, right? So now I can take a. That's the thing. Like my boss was saying, also he said, "Yo, white people been doing this shit for years. Like this is how they work. They have work from home days during the week. They have some companies don't even have an office. They just work. Everybody just works from wherever. Like they've been doing this for years. We just got onto it because we had
COVID.
To. Yeah, and I was thinking like this is actually the right way now, because now at the end of the day, now I can take a job from Hong Kong or whatever the fuck it is, and be in Damansara and still work and do my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you know what else I perasan? You know how when we were working in the office, there's always this, oh, everyone, this guy calls for a meeting.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. So we went to a meeting, and then, dude, the whole meeting could just be an email.
It would have been an email, yeah.
It's just like trying to tell us, oh, by the way, our client is not happy with this. Can you please rectify this? That could have been in an email. Yeah. You don't need to call the whole fucking department for a meeting just because to tell us that the client does not like this shit.
You know what I used to hate at my old place? Meetings about meetings.
So like, other meetings about meetings?
Meaning like our team lead will call us, okay guys, meeting meeting quickly. Okay guys, so tomorrow we're gonna have a meeting about this. So yeah, just giving you guys a heads up that we're having a meeting tomorrow about this. It's gonna be this guy that's gonna be talking about it and all that. So like y'all be ready now. It's like, fam, just send a calendar invite. Like why do we have to have this meeting to tell us about a meeting?
No, usually I perasan and motherfuckers who call for meeting for stupid shit like this, and they just want to show that they're doing their work though.
A lot of times
they just want to pretend like, oh, they need to remind us that they are the boss. So it's like, guys, I'm gonna tell you a meeting. I'm gonna call for a meeting about meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's why like my last tempat kerja, my boss and I macam tak masuk sangat tau.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type who call on people's bullshit every time. If I don't care if your boss, even my boss apa semua. I was like, weh, aku rasa benda ni semua kau boleh WhatsApp je. Kita orang tak payah panggil meeting. Aku ada benda lain, aku ada kerja lain dah. Buat klien tengah mekak tu. And then I was like, that's why my co-worker likes to work with me, but my boss don't really like me.
Yeah. But I will say that like the meetings that are needed are better in real life.
Betul.
So like
realignment for me. Realignment is very important. Kena ada depan-depan.
Like briefing also, like I feel like because sometimes when you're listening to it online, you kind of like listening to it whatever, and then you might not have questions. Then after the call, then you're like, fuck, I should ask this and I should ask that. If you're in real life, it's more, it's more of a conversation. Like, yeah. Like yesterday we met up and we had a couple meetings. We actually had a meeting about my album. So it was nice, like, because me and my boss have been trying to work out what to do with my album, what we need and stuff like that. But every time we do it, it's like not really, because we call and then it doesn't really work. But yesterday we were able to sit down and be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So I feel that lah. And also working from home means you have to over communicate.
Yeah.
You have to, because I struggled with this at the beginning as well, right? I would do stuff and like in my head it's like, okay, I did the thing already. But then like I wouldn't like tell, because usually in the office I would just go, hey, I'm done already or something. But because I'm not in the office, I wouldn't like go and message, hey, by the way, this is done. Like, it would just be like, I'm done now. Okay, I'm done now. And after a while I had to be told, dude, you gotta like tell people because people don't know. I was like, oh yeah. We're not in the office. Like, you can't just yell across and be like, we done now. Okay.
Last time macam, weh, dah siap belum? Sekejap, sikit lagi. Okay.
You have to.
Dah siap bagi tahu. And then the guy continue balik tengok YouTube kan.
Yeah.
Babi.
Yeah.
Dah siap dia bagi tahu. Okay.
Also because, and also another thing that I think people have to be mindful of when people are working at home is like, you cannot call meetings just like super.
Terus kan. So you expect like everyone like drop everything, go meeting.
Yeah, because we are at home. It's something I could have went down to get my food. I could be taking shit. I could be, I don't know, making coffee or something like that. You can't just like, bang, like 10 minutes meeting. It's like, yo, like.
Yeah, at least ada bagi heads up 10 minit at least 10 minit. Like, okay, if I'm like, okay, 10 minutes we got meeting. Bro, aku tengah berak, bro. Berak kat mana? Kat IOI. Kat IOI, bro. Pelencau jauh, babi.
Yeah, that's like my place. We are encouraged to tell when like, hey, I need to go buy groceries on this day from this time to this time. And then you just block it on your calendar so everybody kind of knows, okay, Kavi's going to be like servicing his car on Monday morning or whatever the fuck it is. So everybody knows, okay, cool. Like,
Oh, so talking about servicing your car when you're like working, remember when we like kena masuk office, we have to take like half day, because you need to go service your car. But now we're working from home, just block out. It's like, I'm gonna go service my car. Just go. Babi capitalism.
Bro, last time, bro, send my car in the morning, then take Grab to work, and then tell the guy at the service place I'm gonna come at lunchtime to get my car. I go to work, then lunchtime I grab back there, then pick up the car and come back. Now it's like technically I can just take my laptop with me, and if I need to
pergi kat tempat kan.
Yeah, I can just wait there and just do it. Yeah.
And then that's like the ambient sound at the back. Like, I love that sound, dude. I have a recording of like a workshop sound in my phone. Whenever I feel like I'm bored, I say dengar balik. I say, oh, that's the sound.
Yeah, I gotta go next week to service my car. But
okay. By the way, I don't know if you ever had this question in your head, but I don't know what's the PC term for is it little people?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know if the PC term was dwarf or little people.
I think it's little people. Little people.
So okay, I was scrolling.
Oh God, is this the thing you sent us the other day?
Yes.
Okay, I can't remember it, but
because I think it's a important thing to tell people because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people out there with the same question also.
Right.
So I was scrolling TikTok, so I saw this guy is little people lah, and he's like probably the littlest people I've ever seen.
Sorry. Okay.
Like he's. I think the little people, the problem is they don't develop their thighs banyak sangat kan, like their kaki tak apa sangat develop.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm glad even though that like they don't develop like that those part of the body, but their penises is like normal size.
But how does that work proportionately? Is it uncomfortable?
Okay,
for them?
that was the same fucking question I had in my mind. That's why I had to Google this stuff when I think about it. So apparently, it just doesn't like for them. Penis is like they grow like normal size for them. So like they're confident they already got a way to like tuck ke tepi ke, tuck atas ke, somewhere they can tuck somewhere. And, but the idea of like seeing a little people and then suddenly fucker come out with a 7 inch and, like now I understand why people call little people tripods.
I didn't know they call them that.
Oh, dude, I've heard of this so many times from like movies and stuff.
That's fucking terrible, by the way, but it's kind of funny.
It's terrible. It's kind of funny, but bro. And then I had like another question like, what if like that little people is a nudist and so when that person walk around, does his shaft hits the gravel?
I mean,
it's like
you have to also
has
think
to
like
tie it up.
No, you have to also think not everyone has like a fucking 6 inch, 7 inch dick.
Okay, we're talking about like average. Average human have like what 5 to like 5.5 to 6 average. Right? So we'll take the average. 6 inch. That's why they call it a knee slapper, dude. For them,
it's like 1/3 of their height. No lah. Is it 1/3?
Hey, no. I think it's just like the length of from their waist to their knee.
To their knee.
So that's why it's called a thigh slapper, dude. A knee slapper or thigh slapper. So that's why I asked you guys like, wait, if they walk, macam they don't see glasses apa depan and they're like nudists and they walk and they shred that thing and fuck sakit, right?
No, but I'm pretty sure they used to it lah. They know how to.
They don't
hold that shit. They already hold that shit, like a walking stick. That's right.
Babi. You babi. I know like they call them tripod babi. But when I found out that I have a normal size penis, I was like, damn. Nice.
It's good for them lah. I mean,
good for them because I in my mind it's always like, okay, it probably is proportionate to their body, so not that big. And then I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong. I'm happy for you guys. Let's go, little people, big schlong.
Because I've heard people say that about Shaq.
Shaq, the basketballer.
Yeah, the huge guy, right? And I think he said this, or somebody said this. They asked him like, "Is it proportionate now? Because if it is, then it's gonna be a fucking, you know what I mean?" But he said, I forget whether it was him or somebody else said, it's not like what you think it is. It's big, but it's not like like how big he is actually. You know what I mean? It looks kind of weird.
So everything like goes to other part of his body, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he grew up, not down.
But it's okay lah. He got a 12-inch money though. All good.
Yeah,
you got if you got a small PP, it's okay. Make sure you have a lot of money.
Hey, again, I've said this many times. Size, unless you have a micro penis, then I cannot do anything about it. But like, if your average size is good enough, like,
if you know what to do with your tool, you know what to do, lah. I see.
Yeah, it's cool.
Easy. Just find the edge. Literally, the corner of the bed. Yeah, you just set cam kat situ. I'm not even joking. Like set cam at the corner of that shit. Alright. Good luck, my guy.
And vaginas are only like 4 or 5 inches deep, so
tak pernah lah masuk ruler kan.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this fucking.
No. That's the average depth of a vagina. 4 inches to 5 inches. So Even if you have like a 12-inch dick, not all of it's gonna be able to fit in there. So
Ajab, babies come out from vagina, right?
yeah. What the fuck kind of question is that?
No, I was like, no, just the idea of like that thing can expand and then like like I know vagina go back to their original size. There's no such thing as fucking longa, by the way, Malay guys. Fuck you guys.
No.
That's just a myth. There's no such thing as fucking longa.
I mean, there is for like a couple minutes or couple hours after or whatever, but that it goes back.
Yeah, it's like a memory foam.
Yeah. It just opens up and then it just goes back, like.
Yeah. Then all these Malay dudes like, oh fuck man, dah lobo ya, bapak kau lah babi lobos.
And also, the more turned on the girl is, the looser she gets. Like her vagina expands more. Like
okay, so if you have a small penis, don't turn her on. Life hack.
Like just going dry, just like babe.
Life hack. Dude, I don't like shit, that's you. You just tell like, babe, I got like a 3-inch, bro. Don't get aroused, okay? Just like just think about your grandma or just basketball or basketball. You know the things that I tell guys to do, and it's like, okay, now you do that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because I've noticed that like, yeah, it will expand, but it's that, like you said, like it goes back. That's what's so amazing about it, like. Yeah, what the fuck? A whole first person came out of this and like now it's back to normal.
After like berapa, like maybe like after the pantang period and it's like back to normal.
1 month, 2 months or some shit like that. Like you back, I'm like, alright.
If I ever got my own kid, I'm gonna do like, wait, you came out of like that motherfucker came out from this?
That's why I think we all know that childbirth is like amazing. People always say you won't realize until you like see it. Until you see it happen, then you'll be like, oh, what the fuck, bro? This shit is crazy. What the fuck is going on? We're like, oh yeah, it's hard, blah, blah, blah. But until you experience it, then it's like, okay, this is some shit.
Okay, for me and my siblings, all three of us, my mom called it as clotting cup. Caesarean. So we all keluar tingkap kids. So I don't know apa-apa sangat lah.
Yeah.
But one thing I like about childbirth and the term crowning though.
When the head comes out.
When the head comes out and then it's like a crown. I was like, that's a badass fucking term, dude. Like for a moment of that lil fucker punya life, it's like, yeah, I got a crown.
He's about to be, he's kind of like a...
He's wearing his mom like a shirt. Like, you know when you wear your shirt and then your baju sangkut that part and like there's a circle and every time I wear my shirt, I always think like, oh, this is
what it must be lah.
This is what it must be like that you know that tarik and like vroom.
Yeah.
So I feel like, oh wait, it's a crowning, bro.
Nah, I was thinking about it more like life is the crown, you know what I mean?
Oh fuck that shit, crown. Life is fucking cursed. Fuck that, bro. The only time like you feel like life is the crown when your kepala come out of your mom's vagina. That's it.
Like, oh,
after that, that's it. After that, there's no more there's no more crown, whatever the fuck.
I feel like once your brain kind of fully develops a little bit and you start understanding shit, maybe when you're like 5 or 6, you start being like, oh fuck. This is like this fucked up. Like some people take some.
Imagine like 5 or 6 and you already know like the world is fucked up, and I feel bad for that fucker, dude.
Some people are like that. I have friends who have had anxiety since they were like 6 or 7. Have had like existential dread since they were like 6 or 7. Like they're like, oh, ever since I knew that like life is like you go to school, then you go to work, then you go to work, then you go to work, then you die. I've been like having anxiety. Like I'm like, oh shit. I was dumb as fuck when I was a kid. I don't know. Like I'm like, as long as I can go take my bike and ride and play football with my friends, I'm good. But yeah. And I was the can't wait to grow up kid.
I'm still waiting to grow up, by the way. So yeah, take your time. You go. I'm still waiting to grow up.
No, I had to. But because I was the youngest, my family and shit, everybody treat me like a fucking baby. So I always was like, yo, I'll wait till I fucking when I'm older, I finally get to do. Now I'm like, ma.
And then try and ask your brother. I think he's like me also. I think the eldest will be like, sampai tua tak besar-besar gitu.
No, I think he became an adult. Like, I think him and me are the same. Him and me are the same in terms of like the way we are. We became adults like young. Because our dad treated us like our dad never treated us like kids. So like we are at 6 years old at 8 p.m. I'm watching the news, not because like my father forced me. I'm watching the news like oh shit, oh fuck, like I'm actually reading the newspaper and shit like and all that, like because I want to, not because I am forced to. So we kind of, me and him both kind of, but we both like we're still super childish obviously. Like I think our generation is the generation that we forever gonna be like this. It's nothing much going to change. I'm not going to one day come and be like, not laugh at the tripod thing. Just not, you know what I mean? Like,
there will not be a day where I will not laugh at a fart joke, dude.
Yeah, like
the other day I was scrolling TikTok and I saw a funny as fuck fart joke. I was laughing till like I like crying, bro. I was like, bro. And then after that I was like, bro, you're 28 years old, man. Why the fuck are you laughing about this? And then another part of me was like, hey, shut the fuck up, bro. It's fucking funny. I was like, yeah, it's funny, bro. Fuck you.
I will never lose that. Like, I can be serious and stuff like that, but not for like extended periods of time. After a while, I'm like, okay, somebody gotta make a joke, or like I gotta make a joke or something. It's too weird right now. Like, I will never lose. I don't think I will ever lose that unless.
I think also it's a coping mechanism, though.
Yeah, definitely.
For 100%. me, that's how I cope with like. Okay, I know when my grandmother passed away, 2017 when we were in college, and everyone was like crying, you know, but I was like trying my best. Bro, don't make stupid jokes, bro. Don't make stupid jokes. I'm telling myself that because that's how I cope. And then I'm not the. When like people die apa semua, I won't cry punya type of person because I've already accepted like death is only part of the world, part of the life, and so I was like there, I was like watching and then I saw this one uncle. He was like, you know, he was sitting, he wanted to sit, so he was like sapu. So as he was trying to lower himself, I think he lari balance, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like, whoop. I saw that. I was like, I turned belakang. So I was like this. I'm pretty sure people thought I was like, hey, me don't nangis though. But I was like, fuck. Why the fuck?
Yeah. I was at a funeral once. I can't remember whose funeral it was. It was a family member of mine. And I think me and like a couple of my cousins and shit, and my dad, we were kind of talking and we were kind of like laughing and shit. And then some old uncle, this like, I think my dad's uncle or some shit that's like, you know, came and was like, in Malayalam said like, you know, this is a funeral house. Why are you laughing? Why are you all laughing? And then my dad was like, because I can't remember. I think it was dad's grand uncle. Somebody passed away. Then he was like, the person who passed away was like a joker. Like, you know, he's gone. He went and the guy was old. He's like almost 90 and shit. So like, he's gone. We're just sitting here just talking about what do you want us to do? Just keep crying for like 12 hours straight. Like it's not healthy. I mean, you need to.
Everyone has their own style of like their own method of coping. You know, you can't just tell bro, you gotta cry, bro.
Yeah. Like you can't tell people how to grieve. You know what I mean? Like certain times, like when my grandmother passed away, like right after we cremated her, we were getting into the car to go back to the house. And my cousin sister was like, no space in the back seat. And my cousin sister was like, I want to sit on your lap. And she's like, big lah. And I was like, no, I don't want to die also. And then my dad was in the car. I think my uncle was in the car. And my other cousins, everybody started laughing. I was like,
your auntie also died inside. What the fuck?
No, my cousin sister was like, don't everybody laughed. She was like, funny. Because you know why? I know my grandmother would have laughed also if I said that. You know what I mean? Like, she's that guy, you know. Different people have different ways.
That's why I told you, when I die, my funeral is gonna be a fucking party.
It's gonna be lit.
Fucking lit. I've told everyone like close to me, it's like, bro, when I die, and please don't make those sad bullshit thing. Make it like a party. Make sure there's barbecue going on, and then maybe outside the kuburan punya area, you wanna drink beer ke apa, luar lah. Respect baby. Respect baby. Jauh sikit Kimak.
I feel like touch wood. I feel like if me and Sashi were there and then I started crying, I feel like Sashi would hit me and be like, what the fuck you doing? Like,
I'll hit your ass. I was like, Kimak, kau jangan gelak baby. This is a happy thing.
I think for me, I would like that. I would like that also. Like my funeral would be not like a sad
one,
but I also want it to be like a reminder of that, like everybody gonna die. I want people to leave the funeral knowing that my message is everybody's gonna die. You also gonna die.
I think when I speak, it's okay. I got you covered for that. When people speak, I was like, this happens to everyone, and I remember Kavi specifically said it's gonna come. It's gonna happen to all of you too. So remember that all of y'all gonna die too. That's what Kavi said to me, dude.
Yeah, it's like my point is like nothing matters. Like it doesn't really whatever lah. Like, you gotta die. I mean, of course, it's very sad, especially when you have a close relationship with that person, and obviously it's gonna fuck you up lah. But after a while, you think about it, like, man, the person's gone. Like, they're probably
move on.
We don't know. Again, we don't know what happens when you die. So they could be somewhere actually better. I don't know, or they could be completely gone, and they don't have any more worry now.
Like nothingness,
Yeah, just nothing. They just don't exist anymore, and that means they have no worry, obviously. That's kind of great. Like, you know what I mean? It's only the people that's living that will be like, that it really affects. I was watching this Seth Rogen, Pharrell, and a couple of people interviewed Seth Rogen, and he was talking about like, because Pharrell was like, oh, your comedy is not like it's really smart comedy actually. Like, it's stupid shit, but you always are talking about something, actually. And Seth was like, yeah, I hate that the Oscars always, like, awards, like, these dramas and shit like that. Because it's like, he said, like, it's not easy, obviously, but it's easier to make a sad movie about a sad thing.
But it's because it's already sad.
He said it's basically like you painted the sunset. Like, okay, the sunset is pretty, so if you paint the sunset, obviously it's gonna be pretty lah. It's not like, you know what I mean? But for him, he said like, for someone to take a really serious topic or an issue or whatever the fuck and just turn it into like a joke, that's super hard to do.
I think he's referring to 50-50, his movie.
50-50, and even Sausage Party is talking about fucking religion and shit like that, actually. Like, but it's fucking stupid ass comedy, and just put the tip in. What is the line? What do they say? Just the tip. Just the tip. Like shit like that. But like he said, that's harder because you still want your kind of like your message to come through, but you are trying to make it funny. You're trying to make people laugh at the shit.
Betul?
Which is, I think when he said that, I was like, oh, that's really a way you should look at life lah. Like, there's certain things that's fucked up that's you cannot do anything lah, but laughing might make you feel better. Have you seen Funny People?
Of course, dude. I love Funny People, dude.
That movie is amazing.
It's amazing. Like, for people who don't understand the underlying intent, they watch Funny People, they feel like the title is Funny People, but the movie is not funny. But when you actually watch it, it's like, wabi kelakar sial, kelakar gila tu. Adam Sandler fucking fire, bro, that movie.
I think that's I know you're gonna be like, what the fuck, but I think that's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Because I feel like he did that perfectly. The talking about death or whatever the fuck, but then the perfect balance. Like, but it's so funny, the part where he fight the husband outside the lady's husband or whatever.
Like, I won't say like that's the best, but after I watched that movie and I see Adam Sandler in a different way.
Correct.
So I start to see like, and then I watch him as you watch The Cobbler? It's Adam Sandler also. Okay, it's about a cobbler. He's a cobbler, but when he does orang punya kasut, he can like go into their life.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's a dope movie. So it's not a light movie. It's a very heavy movie. But I find the movie quite funny. Like it's a very dark joke punya vibe of. Like also like
I think even
you know what we do in the shadow also Fire do. Or Click.
I think Click also is like that, right? Like it's actually the moral of it is super sad, right? Like he, you know, at the end when he sees all the shit happen in his life and he could have done this, it's fucking, it made me cry, like when he was dying, right? But it's super funny. The entire thing is super funny, like, and I like that. I like, what's Kevin Hart's thing? Laugh at my pain. The idea of like, hey, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the fact that I have depression or whatever the fuck, but I'm gonna make it a joke, lah. Like. And
make it funny.
That way you learn and you laugh. And you learn to laugh at the thing, you know? Like,
betul. It's like in Harry Potter. You remember in Harry Potter where there's one scene where Snape was teaching them how to like the ridiculous punya spell.
Yeah, it wasn't Snape, it was Lupin teaching them.
Oh yeah, it was Lupin who was teaching. Sorry, it was Lupin. Then it was Snape who came out. It was Harry punya no. biggest fear, was it? No, was it
Neville.
Oh, Neville. And then it was like
changed to his grandma's clothes.
Auntie, if you're dressed up, man. It's like that shit. You laugh at your fears.
Yeah.
After a while, then you start to like, you know, instead of like thinking of it very like deeply fucked up, man. So it became, you know, like a light thing. Your mind is like sad. That's how for me, like a lot of people are scared of death, but I'm not one of those guys because I make fun of that. Like, fuck, these motherfuckers know.
Yeah.
Like death is like funny thing for me.
Yeah.
Because when I was like younger and I was like, before I go to sleep and I was thinking about, if my mom died, if my dad died, I'll cry. I'll cry. And then afterwards, like, babi kelakar agak.
Now, I think for me, like, I'm not scared of death itself. I'm scared of dying too soon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared of dying. Everybody has to die. But I don't want to die, like, before I get to do what I feel like I was put here to do. You know what I mean? Like, if anything would have happened to me too soon, I would feel like if there was an afterlife, I'd be like, fuck. It's like, you know, it's like you died in the game right before you met the boss or something like that. Right? You're like, fuck. Like, you know, I'm not scared of dying, but I don't want to die before I get to like do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, that's the only thing. And maybe I end up living till 90 and not doing what the fuck I want to do.
And how, huh?
Yeah, but like I would at least be like, okay, at least I got a chance to try life. But like, it didn't work out. It's cool. Huh? Now I'm ready to go. Like that's the only fear. I'm not scared of dying. I'm kind of interested actually, like to see what happens when you die.
Low key excited. If like whatever the fuck my religion is, I'm fucked. Definitely, I'm fucked.
Oh yeah, if I pop up in like hell, I'm like, oh fuck, shit. And then Jesus just walking by, I'm like, god damn, I should have. I'm sorry, dude.
I got the wrong guy, dude. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, I was watching a documentary today.
No.
About Noah's Ark.
Oh shit. Nice.
Also, apparently, you know how we have always seen like Noah's Ark is like that boat ass fucking shape, man. Apparently, there's this one table that they found. Noah's Ark is actually not a boat punya shape. It's a circular.
Oh.
And like they said after that, I was watching the documentary and they said it makes more sense that the ark should be in a circular shape than in a boat shape.
Because it was flood, is it?
Because of the Great Flood too. But the whole point of Noah's Ark is to like, you know, as a life-saving punya boat out. Like you bring animals and his family and so that's the whole point now. So if it's in circular shape, it will serve that purpose way better. Because if you were talking about like that level of banjir flood, there's no way he can control where the fuck you want to go, right?
Yeah, so he can't. If you're circular,
so it's better. It's better to just follow the flow where the fuck you go. No?
Alright, just go.
Just go. Yeah. So I was like, when I was watching that, I was like, damn, that's fucking cool. And that tablet had like instructions on how they created Noah's Ark.
Nice.
Ooh, fire. So there's this one scientist who's like trying to recreate. So it's the process of recreating the ark. I can't wait to see that shit.
I was actually just having this conversation with my girlfriend the other day, and I was saying that like most books, like religious books, even like the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, whatever, right? I don't think they were meant to like say like this, pray to this person. It was like stories. It was stories of like great people who lived before. You know what I mean? Like Mahabharata is a story of like a war. And that war, I mean, people have found shit or whatever, happened. And it's just a story about like, okay, there's this person who was a warrior and all this stuff, and then he had this guy, the other guy with him, and then he was fighting against his brother, and then he learned this big lesson at the end, blah blah blah. It's a story now. It's like, oh, these were great people who did, like Noah, for instance. If he really did that shit, like if they found that shit, that means probably that was somebody who maybe did that shit. And it was I don't think it's yeah. So I don't think it's meant to be like pray to Noah. It's just like, dude, this guy was fire. Like he fucking saved all these animals and shit. He did all this shit. This shit was fire, man.
Like God said, like, bro, I'm gonna like literally wipe. I'm gonna wipe this shit out. So you create that fucking boat, get all the animals, get ready. And then he did wipe. Clean.
I think it's just that. I think it's just like stories of people. Like I was telling her about in Hinduism, we have this god, Hanuman, the monkey god.
Oh, my favorite of all. Somebody my favorite.
So they portray him as like a huge person. He could like carry mountains and shit like that, which is obviously an exaggeration. But I told her, I said, look, it's scientifically proven that we were bigger back in the day, right? Humans were much bigger than we are now. That's already proven. So I was like, maybe Hanuman is like Shaq. You know, he was the Shaq of that. If everybody was kind of maybe like 10 feet tall, maybe he was like 15 feet. Like Shaq lah. You know, everybody's like, oh fuck, that guy is fucking crazy. He can carry shit or whatever the fuck it is. That's all it is, really. It's not like a whole thing about, oh, this guy did this, so you gotta pray to him. It's not that. It's more so like, hey, this is some great shit some people did, and here's some lessons.
Huh?
It'd be nice if you guys just do that shit.
Yeah, also about height then. It must sound weird, like what the fuck, but this is my theory on why people back then are way taller than people right now.
Yeah.
It's because of space, right?
More people.
There's much more space. And then there's in terms of like what's the word? Dietary is satu kan. Makes sense Also, the reason why all the tall people slowly dies out and like the average height for the whole world is like getting smaller and is because if we go back during the during the Neanderthal time apa semua, if you are tall and a fucking saber-tooth is chasing your ass and there's a small fucking gua,
you're not gonna be able to save
all the small fucker can just zoop and your lanky ass gonna like kaki terkeluar and then the thing gonna scrape your ass keluar.
Right.
Also that's how like I think like macam if you are tall and back then zaman tu and you're tall. Yeah. And then there's another set of Neanderthals spot you from afar. Oh, there's a fucker there. Yeah. Just because he sees you tall as fuck.
Yeah.
And the short fucker can just like hide.
Yeah. It's adaptation lah. Like that's all we've done. That's all we've done.
You see, like nowadays, and the younger generation are quite small.
Bro, you remember when you Form 5, the Form 1 kids that come in? I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, you sekolah rendah ke sial? What's up, like sekolah rendah?
3 or some shit. Yeah, for sure. I've noticed that.
I perasan lah sebab my mom teacher, so I like sometimes I go to school hantar staff for her pergi pick up apa barang kan. So I get to like see the kids and I was like,
these are the kids in high school.
Sekarang gila babi sial.
Because I remember in Form 5 my football coach telling me like, I don't know what are other school kids this small also? And then we were like, yeah, we see the opposite school. Also all the Form 1 kids like can only pick only who can play football. Because he's like, who's going to be my center back? Like, so everybody's so short. Like the keeper can't touch the fucking tiang. Like how? Like
I remember lah, we're talking about masa zaman sekolah main football kan. Okay, when I was in Sarawak, my school was called SK Tudan now. Sekolah Kebangsaan Tudan. I remember I was playing football with blah 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 blah, and then I was a defender. I was defending, and then I turned back, I look at my keeper and he was missing. So I was like, where the fuck is my keeper? So I was like looking around. You know what the fuck he was doing? He saw a snake, like tepi hujung padang belah sana. He was sprinting towards the snake, grabbed the tail, and he started like this. Paling keluar, he was throwing the snake outside from the pagar.
Yeah.
So
trying to save you guys.
I was a kid from Semenanjung. When I saw that, I was like,
what the fuck
what
just happened?
the fuck just happened? My keeper just abandoned his position to go throw away the fucking snake. And it's not a small snake. It's a big ass snake. It was like this, and then it's like boom on top. I was like,
y'all wildin' out here, man.
Dude, they're wild. Okay, I got like a bunch of like wildin' budak sekolah Sarawak punya shit.
Wait, I gotta go pee. Wait.
Man, you okay? Go.
Sorry.
So okay, I had another kid. His name was Safwan.
Okay. Second name, right?
My second name. So I was just chilling. Also, our canteen back then in that school, it's not like normal canteen with like major table. No, it's literally just like a small as fuck stall.
Right.
Like macam, okay, how your koperasi is, right? It's like how our canteen was back then.
Okay.
So we were having our apa namanya, rehat kan. And then this guy was like, he came to me and said, "Hey, do you want to see something or not?" Because I was the talk of the town lah, budak Semenanjung, right?
Yeah.
So they was like, "Want to see something?" I was like, "Yeah." I thought while I was gonna show me his penis ke apa, I was like, "Okay." And then he opened his songkok. He was wearing a songkok. He opened his songkok, smack on the middle of it, like here on the head, is a fucking scorpion, dude.
What the fuck?
I shit you not. It's like big. It's like it's a big scorpion. It's like, it's all, I know lah. After like I grew up, I do my, it's not that, it's still venomous, but it's not that venomous because like, man,
you can bite you and you'll be fine. Yeah.
He put on top of his head, bro. Bawah songkok. Sial. I was like, what?
Why? Why? My question is why? Is that his pet? Was it his pet scorpion?
It was his pet, dude. That was his pet scorpion, dude. To this day, and I don't know where the fuck. I don't know if he's alive ke tak kan. Safwan, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? And you know like normal lah, budak-budak bawa mercun kan di sekolah kan. It's a normal thing. Okay, when I was in Sarawak, a kid brought in like a makeshift meriam buluh.
Okay.
But it's not made out of buluh. It's made out of apa nama, reset punya can tu. You know the old reset can warna merah kan?
Yeah.
So they made out of that thing. They like, I don't know how the fuck budak-budak, probably they have their own brother ke apa, potong the whole depan apa semua, and then so that thing is like mobile. You can bring anywhere. So imagine I was in class and suddenly bang. I thought like, wait, accident ke apa kan? So the teacher all stop lah. And then we walk out, see this one kid, his name was Nazrin. I remember it. His name was Nazrin. This kid is like, I've met a lot of budak nakal, none come close to Nazrin. This guy is next level nakal. He was literally going class to class like bang, bang, bang with that thing, bro. So it became a case. It became a huge case.
Yeah, obviously.
It became a huge case, and then we were like asking, mana dapat batu kebet ni kan? Mana beli kan? Like usually if you go beli apa, they won't sell it to kids, right?
Yeah.
The fucker who supplied the kabait to him, you know who? It was our teacher, bro.
What?
Our cikgu PJ, bodoh. Cikgu Awang. I remember his name, dude. His name was Awang, Cikgu Awang.
The fucker had the plug. He had to hustle, bro. He gotta get some extra money.
Oh my god, dude. Cikgu tu memang, that teacher was a bit, I think he's gay at that time. And then he's, it was like being inappropriate guy. That time I didn't know. So now I was like, yeah, I'm still okay, whatever, fuck.
Yeah.
And he stayed inside the school punya compound.
The teacher.
And literally next to his house is a big ass fucking tree. It's a big ass fucking tree. It's K2 now. So that's where budak-budak yang nakal, like the Nazrin and the gang, always lepak near his place. So they lepak and panjat the tree and hang out up there.
Yeah.
So that's how they got close to the teacher. And then the teacher didn't expect this fucker to bring that shit to school and terrorize everyone. Like, bang, bang, bang. I was like, bro. Dude, when I was in Sarawak and shit was wild.
That's wild. I never had I never had any shit like that happen to me. Like
that was like in Sarawak was also the first time when I saw a teacher literally yanked a kid from the table, smack motherfucker in the head because he was being rude. It was my friend. His name was Afiq.
Yeah.
He was being rude. The teacher was teaching English. I forgot the teacher's name. I think it was Richard or some shit. And he was teaching, and then my friend was like, start making fun.
Yeah.
The teacher saw like 1, 2, 3, say stop.
Yeah.
By the 4th, 5th time, he got fed up. He yanked my friend, like yank, like the table all like boom, like that. He yanked and then boom, bang to the side of the head one time, and then he asked my friend to go stay outside. I was sitting behind Afiq, so I had like perfect view of everything. So I was a kid from like Semenanjung, where like in Semenanjung kalau kena rotan paling teruk pun rotan lah. No teacher would like full swing your head,
It would be like a case if that happened.
So I was like, when I saw that, I was like,
Where am I?
I'm not gonna fuck with anyone in Sarawak, dude.
Like I had two teachers. There was one Malay teacher who would like curse out the class. Like if she would get super mad if you get noisy, and she'd be like, "Korang semua balol lah." Like say all the bad words and shit like that. And then even that, like when I told my parents, they were like, "What? Huh? Hey, cannot know." Then she got reported and shit, and then she left. And then in standard 4, this was kind of weird. There was a teacher in my primary school called Cikgu Muniandi.
Oh,
there's an Indian fella, and he was like big, and he was like he looked like Terry Crews, like that size. You know what I mean? But not as fit, but his arms like shit. You can see, like, whatever. And his eyes always like red as fuck. Like you can tell he has some like deep anger in him, So in standard 4, because he was like a standard 4, standard 5 teacher, some shit like that, we were all like, please don't let him be our class teacher. He became our class teacher. And then this motherfucker carries a rotan like this thick, which the thicker the rotan, the less it hurts. But
yeah. But he came into a threshold where it's too big and it's gonna hurt.
Correct. And also this guy is a big ass motherfucker. So if he so he would just leave his rotan on the table. He would never use it, but he would just leave it. And I think one time he got really, really mad, and then he just lifted the whole, in front of the class got the teacher's table, right? Just lifted that shit, bam, like slammed it down. And I think the teachers from beside and downstairs heard. Then they came. And then then he said something. And like, I think after like 3 or 4 months he was teaching us, suddenly he just one day just disappeared. Just like gone. He just, like, there was no, usually if teachers leaving, we will know, like, okay, teacher gonna leave, transfer or whatever. He just like disappeared one day. Another teacher became our class teacher. And people were like, what the fuck happened? And it turns out my dad went and like asked, my dad close to like the headmaster when I asked. And then he said the dude got like some case, like he beat someone almost to death or some shit like that. So he's sitting inside. We were like, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't tell all my friends, but I was like, holy shit. Like, but that dude I was never scared. Like, even like discipline teacher or whatever, fuck you. Because in my head, I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do to me?
Is he like fit? Like fit?
Fit.
Is he? I think he roid rage though too.
Maybe roid rage, maybe.
Like, I think that's roid rage though.
You see his face, right? Like, he just looks
angry,
mad, like and a real angry, not like he's trying to be tough. Like his eyes are, I remember very clearly, his eyes always like red. And maybe it was high, but it was more so like, some people get really mad and their eyes get like red,
bloodshot, and
yeah, it's that all the time. And he walks around like that, and no, he doesn't. Teachers, they have like friends with the other teachers and shit. Yeah, he won't really talk to other teachers, whatever. He'll just be standing by himself and all that. Like, and that was like because I think I was the class ketua, so I had to like actually go and talk to him and shit. And I would like, fuck, I gotta go to ask him about something or like tell him about something. And fuck, like,
well, when he talked to you, he okay?
No, but he just has that tone. He'll be like, what? Okay, yeah. Even if he's saying something good, like, yeah, y'all can go play football. So y'all can go play.
I think he right, dude.
I think he could be. Now that you
right, dude.
He was fit, like he was really fit, and he was big, lah. And then he wear like shirt purposely like tight so that you can see his arms and shit, right? Like,
I think he roided the fuck out
That
of
dude's
his
scared as shit. And the fact that his name is Muniandi is like, it's like a real like Tamilan name, like real Indian name.
It's like what's the horror movie?
What?
The Tamil horror movie yang hantu yang pakai gelang kat kaki kecing.
Chandramukhi.
Same energy.
It's that era. Muniandi is like an old Indian name, like nobody is like
the Muniandi teacher that I know is super chill as fuck, relaxed as fuck, but he gangster besar. That's the thing. He's our geography teacher kat sini kat Kajang. He like everybody knows like Cikgu Muniandi. Everyone know that he chill, he relax, he laugh, he jokes, but everybody know that he's a big ass fucking gangster.
Actually. No, because Muniandi is a funny. I forgot what movie it is. The tagline is that like, hey Muniandi. There's one guy who just calls everyone Muniandi. I forgot which Tamil movie is that.
Is it apa nama Sivaji boy? Apa nama that guy?
No, I cannot remember what. But it's a joke lah. It's a funny name if you think about it. Muniandi, what the fuck? It sounds funny, but like this dude was like, he was crazy. He was fucking crazy. But then my dad told me that. My dad told me that like that's why he chow, because he had a case. I was like, ooh, thank God it wasn't me.
If one day you just salah hantar nama kan, so he mad. Pang.
No, that day when he picked up the
table.
He picked it up high. The table is big, right? Like,
yeah.
He just picked it up quite high. He did this and he just threw it up. We were like, what the fuck? All we were doing was just talking while he was teaching.
Yeah, damn. My guy, right rage too.
I feel like they should vet teachers.
I think they do vet teachers now. There's so many cases.
I think they should. Like, if you have any mental health issues, I don't think you should become a teacher. Because
like every teacher needs to go through a psych test apa dulu kan.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like if it's depression or anxiety, that's fine. But if it's like anger issues, I don't think you should be teaching. Especially kids, like you teaching primary school, these motherfuckers gonna run around, they're gonna do a bunch of shit. Like,
hey, high school lagi fucked up because kids are like, melawan.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
They purposely get on your nerve. Like, when I was in school, I literally draw a big ass fucking ite. Ite on the blackboard because the teacher is called, her name is, I'm not gonna say the name lah. She kind of look like an ite and everybody knows that everyone calls her ite. I draw a big ass fucking ite. She hated me lah. She really hated me.
I never had high school was okay for me. High school, like actually primary school also like most of, especially high school, like the teachers just know us as okay, these guys all fuckers and they just fuck around in class and do a bunch of dumb shit. But they will study lah and they will eventually like be okay. Like so they won't fuck with us. Yeah, as in like they know like exam time we will still do well, but we fuck around lah. Like so they don't disturb us. Me and my friend group is like there was a double standard a little bit lah. Like we wouldn't get yelled at for something that someone else get yelled at. Like, the person right before and after us got yelled at for not doing the homework, but then for me it's like Kabi, what it's good for you, if you do the homework. Okay. There you go. And then go yell at the other guy. I'm like, alright. Yeah.
Oh, I think one of my favorite teachers is gonna retire next year. So I think I'm gonna go visit lah.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, function ada plug kat depan sekolah. Like my mom is my plug. So I was like, ada gossip baru. And it's always the teacher yang I've told my mom, it's not my fault. The teacher was a fucking asshole. She's psycho as fuck. Yeah. And when my mom goes to that school and met that teacher, it's like, yep, son, you're right. That teacher is fucking psycho. Right. You were right. You were okay. That motherfucker is the fuck. Dude, that fucking teacher, almost every year, she's gonna like get kena rasuk. I was like, dude, I'm bored of you. I'm pretty sure the hantu is also bored of you. You're just making the shit up, dude. She start like bersila and then she's like smashing the ground. Bang, bang, bang. I was like, this bitch crazy.
We had one time, because my school had asrama also. Like some people will stay at the asrama. And because we have morning and afternoon session, right? I remember very clearly there was one time we were having moral class. And moral class in like Form 4 was like our favorite class because we had a teacher. I forgot her name. Starts with a Z. She was damn cool. She like studied in New Zealand and shit. So she would come. And our moral class would be like kind of like debate. Like she would talk about like organized religion. She'd be like, okay, what do you guys think about like religion and stuff? Maybe we just have a conversation and shit. It was damn cool. She would show us a bunch. She's the one who taught us about like sexual harassment and stuff like that. Like it wasn't really about, you know, your moral. You have to memorize all the Nina.
Yeah, and all I've been to like moral classes because I damn lazy to go do the baca yasin thing. So I was like, I'll go lepak with the moral kids. Like, dude, you guys just lepak, hafal, and then sometimes you sing. What part best?
So this teacher was like, okay, y'all need to hafal this shit. Y'all know y'all need to hafal this shit. Y'all go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, while I have your attention, let's talk about some shit. Let's talk about whatever. Like, she would give us fun shit to do. And also because moral is 2 different class join. So in Form 4, like, that was like my class and the class that joined was like all of us, all friends. All the guys, all friends.
Oh, gang.
So it's that fun. And then so the story is one time, it was like evening, I guess like 4 something or whatever. And it was like about to rain. It's like mendung and shit. My class at the time, the asrama is like not close, but you can see the asrama and you can hear the asrama. As we are like having class, teacher talking, whatever the fuck, suddenly we just hear screaming from the asrama. And then it's 1 scream, then became like 2, then became 3, then became like a lot. It's fucking loud. And then the next door class, suddenly somebody started screaming also. All girls. Some hysteria shit lah. Like, and then we had to like stop class. Everybody had to like come out and shit. And then like they were like, oh, there was a hysteria case in the asrama. Some girl went to the toilet. Dang. She said she saw something, whatever. We were like, oh shit. It was weird that school always has this kind of shit. And I think
it's always asrama.
It's always asrama.
I remember now. If I'm not mistaken, and I remember there was a time, I think it was a couple of years ago. My friend is WhatsApping me. She's like panicking. It's like, wait, how's me aku hysteria, blah blah blah. I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do? So I was just like comforting her. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a quick pull up on Google search and.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But I was reading through it and it's like, they said one of the causes of hysteria, it's environmental, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like pressure. Yeah. And then another one at the end, it's like sexual frustration. So it kind of like makes sense. Macam dekat, it's always kat Malaysia.
The girls and are just
also, I saw a video. So macam there's like I think only 7.3% of Malaysian yang there's a age group kan, who are macam I think it was like a twin ke teens, I can't remember, who are like, you know, sexually active. Very low, 7.3%. And the majority of it was in Pahang. I was mind blown. And what? KL is the low, and after that I was like, I think one of the lowest KL. Again, mind blown.
Yeah, so, what the fuck? Like,
so I also
everybody I know in KL is fucking. What the fuck? Like,
I think we know people who fucks a problem, dude. Hey, I don't know. Virginity rocks. I'm vegan. So like we in a country where macam it's a taboo thing. That's why we have a lot of like cases of hysteria. So, but everyone is like,
no, but the thing is, the story is always like, oh, I went to. The story that girl said was she went to the toilet, she saw something in the toilet, and that's why she started going crazy. And then for some reason, this shit is contagious. So one person starts going, then another person starts going, and then another person starts going. I'm like, why is it contagious? What is going on?
It's a Malaysian wave.
Yeah. Hysteria is the Malaysian wave. That's gonna be the title of the episode. Because to me it's like, okay, if the girl said she saw something, maybe real or not, I don't know, but okay, fine, I can understand. But why is it happening
contagious
at the next door class, which is like 1 km away from the asrama? What the fuck? Like
it's like a motherfucker just jump and it's like, I go here and I go there and I go here.
Yeah, like
it could be like the environmental effect. Like okay, you see people, you know, when have you that's like the different type of scream. There's like one scream where you like terkejut,
shrieking. Yeah.
And then there's one scream that's like blood curdling scream. You know, it's like a primal punya scream where you're
that's the hysteria scream lah.
I think I think it triggers like when you hear that, you automatically like alert, and so you also like it's easy for you to like be panic.
Yeah. It's kind of like yawning, I guess.
Yeah, yawning. Until now they don't know why the fuck everyone.
Nobody knows why. Bro, I can be on a fucking video call meeting and somebody is yawned and I'll yawn. Like, I'm not in the same room. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it could be something like that where it's like because the scream is fucked up. That's why like we were in the class and when we heard the first scream, you can tell it's not a normal scream.
Yeah.
So we were all like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, oh, that was crazy. It was funny though. Did you guys ever had a Bomo come to your school?
Not Bomo lah, like the Islamic Ghostbusters ada.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the. I think it's like Ustaz gang, like call them Islamic Ghostbusters. Yeah, because my school is it's a very very crass school.
Crass, yeah.
Because it's before this our school is at Bukit tau.
Yeah.
And during like zaman dulu kan, Bukit is always where they throw away their unwanted
bodies.
Ghosts. Like okay, I'll tell you lah. In Malay punya ni, it's very normal back then to have penjaga. So like like back then people they don't have like security apa semua. So what they do is like they have penjaga.
Is it
take care of their shit?
What's penunggu? Is it penunggu?
I think it's one of the name lah. But I think penjaga is one that serves under you.
Yeah lah, like jaga. Yeah, take care of you.
Penjaga, take care of your property.
Yeah.
So, and then come the time where they no longer need that, so they need to throw. So they throw in the Gunung Bukit area, because back then it's hutan. This area is like my area, all is hutan area.
Yeah.
So when the Muslim Ghostbusters came, they said, "Oh, ni memang tempat. There's a settlement of a jinns here. Oh, there's like a whole ass kampung there."
Yeah.
And until like I think it was 3 years or 2 years ago where it got super intense. Like one of the ustazah took a picture and you can see like a figure clear as day, a figure dengan anak dia.
Yeah.
Sebelah-sebelahan. And I was like, "Give me the picture lah, I want to see it." And then he said, it went around the school among the teacher for a while, and then everyone started deleting sebab takut kan.
Yeah.
So now I know this. And okay, I don't have like a first-hand experience, but I've kind of felt the the presence. Yeah. I'm not a guy who believes in this kind of stuff. So I think I was Form 2. Yeah, Form 2, because I was sekolah petang. My friend gave me a CD game to install. I think it was Pro Skater 4 if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And I don't know, it was Need for Speed, and I left it under my major. So I think it was around almost close to 7. So I ran back, pergi ambil. So I took it. As I was running back, I felt like someone is pulling me back out.
Right.
Like someone is pulling me back. Like when you run, biasa pun your shit won't ternaik out. Like normally.
Yeah.
But my shit was like ternaik out.
Yeah.
So I was looking back, but me being me, I don't really trust the gun. I was like, "Oh, fuck you!" I just ran away. And then I was in the car. I think back, I was like,
"What was that?
What the fuck was that?" I could have died. Because like our school, and it's the crass part is bilik music, which is like bawah sekali, like one of the.
Why is it always bilik music? My school was always my primary
because
school.
Because no one used bilik music. That's why they reside there. And then another one. Catch this. It's a fucking library.
Library, yeah. It's always library. It's library, bilik music. So my high school was the last time actually I cannot even remember, Bovin, if you're watching this, if you can remember, because our school went through renovation and shit, so I cannot really remember, but there was like old science labs that like they built like new science labs, and then there's still the old ones there that we don't really use, shit like that. That people will say, oh, because there was one specific one where it's like at the corner, so when you walking along the corridor and you turn the corner, there's a science lab there. And then when you turn the corner, if you look into the science lab, it's actually the sinky at the back, and there's a mirror there. Okay. And people would tell stories about how they would like walk, like the pengawas and shit. They like walk in like early in the morning, like if it's like 6:30 in the morning, it's dark still. They will walk and they've seen like a lady like washing her face and then she just disappears or some shit like that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
That's just makcik canteen, bro.
I'm like, yeah, I probably like I'm like maybe some girl, I don't know, like
she was not supposed to be there. Makcik canteen pinjam toilet mandi kan. Fuck orang macam.
I in school I've never felt anything. But I go places sometimes, and I was having this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. That like we were talking about believing in God and believing in all this kind of stuff, right? I told her that like because I was asking her what agnostic meant. Because
what the fuck does agnostic mean?
So she was saying
like religion kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's like it's not atheist. You don't say there's no God. Agnostic is when it's like maybe there is, maybe there's not. I don't know. So when she said that to me, I was like, I think I might be agnostic, but like more on the side of like I think there's something, because I told her all I know is I've seen and experienced stuff that I can't explain. So but I don't know if it's God. I don't know if it's God or if it's something else. I don't know what it is, but I've seen and experienced things that I'm like you lah. Like what was that? Like that's weird.
It's weird as fuck.
Sometimes I walk into places and I get like a chill, like immediately I get like a chill, and like I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is a bad place. I can just tell immediately, and I don't know what it is.
Spidey sense.
It's weird, like yeah, it's weird. It's like, but I don't know what it is. But like, that's like I think I find it interesting, like it's like that's the thing that I don't think we will ever know,
huh?
There's no way we're gonna really know, probably until we die, like you said.
That sucks, dude. For me, I'm like, whenever I have things that I don't know and I can't know, it's like nagging at the back of my head, no?
It's fucking annoying, right? You're like
annoying as fuck, dude.
Like sometimes I'll be praying and then like I'll think to myself like, are you listening to me? Like, is there somebody listening to me or not? Like, actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I do this twice a day. I wake up early in the morning. I do all this shit, like, and it makes me feel good, and it's nice, and my life.
I think that's the point, code.
My life has been better since I started doing it and shit like that. Yes, but sometimes I'll be standing there and I'm like, you actually listening or not? I don't know, like, like, is there someone actually listening? But then there's other times where I'm like, oh, there's definitely someone here. There's definitely something here.
Not in your house now, lah.
In my house also. In a good way. Not in a bad way.
Okay, in a good way, okay. I don't mind coming. In a good way, I'm down.
I always tell my girlfriend, I was like, I never feel like I'm alone at home. Even though I'm alone at home. I always feel like there's something here protecting me. It's safe. Nothing's gonna touch me and shit like that. Same thing when I went to India. That's really what changed me. I think I told you the story before, right? Like when I went to India was when I was like, that what the fuck feeling, like what was that? Like I would go to certain temples and shit, and I would come back home at night and be sleeping in the hotel, and I'm just awake staring at the ceiling like, what was that feeling? What was that weird feeling? Like it's so weird. Like just a piece of rock, but like I feel like it's alive. What's wrong with me?
So that's why I always say, like, that's how weak humans are actually, you know. Like we always think like, we are like the apex predator, but bro, we weak as fuck. Like when certain condition meets certain condition, we feel something different, and we can't even control that kind of thing. That's how weak we are.
Yeah,
I had the same feeling when I went for Umrah, but I was being honest with myself. I was not ready, blah blah blah, and I don't want to, like, you know, make the big guy mad. So I was like, being honest, you know what, I'm gonna do everything. But when I was there, it feels very different. You know? Like the energy is different, because I think the surrounding though affects you.
And like, I think also and I think also the fact that millions of people have come there with the intention and with the thought of like, there's God here.
Yeah, and then doing the same thing that you're doing right now.
It
kind of puts you in a way. Yeah.
Because I believe like that, like energy is real. You can create any type of energy, any type of atmosphere anywhere. So if millions of people every year are going to this one place and praying and praying and praying and praying, something will happen lah. You know what I mean? That place will become like there's something there lah. There's an energy. Again, I don't know if it's God. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but there's something there lah. Like when I still until today, I think last night I dreamt about it. Like the trip I took to that one specific temple in India, which is Tirupati lah. It's very famous. If Sashi was here, he would know. It's one of the richest temples in the world, actually.
Is it the one with the they said that there's a room at the back where it's filled with gold? Is it that temple?
Okay, that's a different one, but I can tell you a story about that one also.
Okay,
so I'll talk about that one. So that one is called Padmanabha Swami Temple. That one is in
the one with the door. It's like it's gold, you know, like the handle.
No, so that temple is actually like after the Vatican is like the richest religious what do you call it place or whatever. So they had like I think 8 vaults at the temple. So at one point the government of Kerala was like, okay, what is in the vault? There's some stuff going on with like misuse of money and shit like that. So they were like, okay, no, we gotta open the vaults, we gotta see what's inside. They opened 7 of it. Can't remember the exact number, but whatever it is. They couldn't open one of it. One day, I'm telling you, they were like trying to demolish it and they couldn't open it. And if you read our books, they tell the story about that specific,
the final door one,
that vault.
If you open, end of the world or something,
No, it's not that. So the story is that the deity that is there, Padmanabha Swami, is a version of Vishnu. Okay, so there were these 108 sages. Sages are like, you know, the holy people or whatever, who came to visit the place, whatever, came to see that Vishnu was there and was talked to him and was like, they were so like in love with him and like devoted to him that they said, can we stay here and worship you until the end of time? This is the story lah, okay? And then so he said, I'm gonna put this place for you. You can go in there, and then I'll have my guy Narasimha. Narasimha is like another like avatar of Vishnu with a lion head. He's gonna take care of you. And Vishnu's like pet is a snake. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna have the snakes also take care of you. So the front of the door is just like giant snakes and shit, and then the lion heads and shit like that. And the story is that Narasimha locked it with what's known as a Nagapasam mantra. So this is a specific mantra that locks a place, and like nobody can enter unless you can recite the same mantra back exactly how it's supposed to be done. Okay, so when I heard this story, I was like, maybe they're just keeping all the fucking gold in there and they don't want the fucking government to take the shit. That's probably why they made up this whole shit. But when I went there, first of all,
You went there?
Yeah, I went there, yeah.
Ooh.
So the temple is beautiful and shit like that. And then we got to the main shrine. So in the main shrine, it's one of the only temples in the world where they have Vishnu lying down. Usually he's like standing up. So he's lying down. So he's lying down and then there's 3 doors. The statue is big as fuck. So there's 3 doors. One at his feet, one at his midsection, and one where his head is. Okay? It's like dark and shit like that. And as I was walking in, I kept, again, this happened to me at several temples when I was in India. I kept feeling like, obviously there's other people there, but like, that's like, this is someone's house. You know that feeling when you're like in someone's house, you know, like there's somebody else.
You gotta behave.
You feel like, okay, there's somebody here. So like, there's somebody lives here. So like, I'm not really going to do it. That feeling was like super strong when I went to Tirupati, when I went to this temple also. I was like, oh, like this, I feel like somebody lives here, and not like the priest. Like something else lives here that I have to be like, okay, I gotta like watch my shit. Like, so it's feelings and stuff like that I'm like, what is that? Like, is it because I know I'm not dumb enough to like read a story and then like go there and like, oh fuck, like I'm not, like the story in the back of my head, to me that's just probably some bullshit, but I feel like I'm quite logical. So like for me to feel That shit is like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's weird.
Fam?
And my dad is like overwhelmed. Like, my dad would be like super overwhelmed. Like, because he's, I guess, like sensitive to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like overwhelmed. He's like crying. The moment we step in, he's like crying tears of joy. He's like, oh, I can feel whatever is here. I can feel it. Like, it's just weird. Like, even like my mom and stuff, my aunt who was with us and all that, who are not like, they don't pray every day and stuff like that. They also were like, yeah, that was nice. There was something about that was like
different.
Yeah, it was like, it's different from like, because we go to temples in Malaysia, so I've never really felt that. Batu Caves a little bit, but like other places, I don't really. Let's go temple, go pray and come back. Like, I have never had that feeling here. Couple places lah, couple temples have lah, but
Woof, woof, woof. So are there actual ghosts in the door?
Gold? Yeah. So they say it's actually no, that specific door. They say it's not gold lah. That's why I told you the story. That specific door is not gold. It's the sages from hundreds of years ago are still there, worshipping the Lord, and they are protected by snakes. Actually, they did. I think the British actually managed to break it a little bit. And I think the story is they looked through a hole that they made in the door, and they say it was infested with snakes. It was like 1,000, like it was like it's like if you didn't look properly, you wouldn't know it's snakes. It's just too many like
overlapping. It's the one in Indiana Jones one.
Yeah. It's that kind of shit. So they were like, okay, let's not go in there. Like, and the story is like, if you actually force open the thing, it's not like end of the world, but it would be bad lah.
Because I saw this on a documentary juga. So I was asking you.
One of the guys, I think 3 of the guys who were like in the committee who were like trying to get the place open, all of them died. I think you can Google this. I actually just read about this again because I think I dreamt about it yesterday. So this morning I was kind of reading about it. Like, one of the guys who was trying to get the place open, like he died, and then like one of the people who was actually involved in trying to physically open the thing, I think his mom died or some shit. It was all like weird shit. Like, so usually what they do with this kind of stuff, the temple priest will do a prayers, and they'll be like, okay, we'll ask if it's okay to open this place. And what they said was, they came back and said, we can open this place, but we have to recite this specific mantra, ancient mantra, in a specific way, and we can't do it. It's too advanced. we can't do that shit. You know what I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like a mythology, right? It's like,
this kind of things, and I'm like pissed because I want to know.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the point, lah. Yeah.
Like, I saw a documentary recently also about Sasquatch, and apparently, there's a new like proof saying that Sasquatches can open portals and they can travel in between
dimensions,
dimensions, because they are they're not animals. They're like beings who understand. They're smart motherfuckers. They're not just like bodoh punya ni. So I was like,
that's the thing, we never gonna know. Like,
it's kind of pisses me off, dude.
Honestly, honestly, that's why sometimes sometimes when I pray, and sometimes I'll pray and I'll be like, you know what, if you're here, can you just like let me know?
Just show a sign.
Like, just show me something lah. Like, just, I don't know, I don't need you to come here, because that would probably scare the shit out of me. But you know, like, do something. Like, sometimes I'll challenge, okay lah, if you real means this, make me millionaire lah. You real, show me lah. Then I believe you. Yeah. But I definitely do feel like there's those kind of stuff you never know. I believe and also I'll be pissed off if we die and we don't find out.
Yeah, I think we're gonna die, we're not gonna find out. That's what I've been saying to you this so long. We were born at the wrong fucking time.
What do you mean?
Like, if I was born like in the next, I prefer to be born in the next 500 years ago, and I can read this kind of stuff if they already like, open and they already find out, and as a history book,
Farm.
So now it's like, it's just like this old guy, like super ancient guy, right there. We don't have the technology to actually figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I was born at the wrong fucking age, man. That's what pisses me off. That immortality is not real.
Yeah.
Because I want to see this kind of shit.
Correct. Like, I don't want to live forever, but if you tell me I live forever and I can learn about all this stuff, I would want to do it. I want to know. I was yesterday. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about, like, who was the first in my bloodline?
Okay.
Like, who? Like, I was thinking about,
like, who's the first in your bloodline?
Like, who is the person that I originate from? The first person.
I mean, if you believe in like macam like Adam and Eve, it's Adam and Eve, because
I don't.
Because it's like our genetic. It's always like a mixture. It takes two to make one of us. You get me?
Yeah.
So those two also have another two fucker made them, and then those two fucker another four fucker made them.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's what I was thinking. So I was like, there's no way for me to know who was my
ancestor, the first one.
Who's the first person who led to my great grandparents, and my grandparents, then my parents, then me. Is that? Like,
you'll never know.
Who and where? Because I'm not fully convinced that, like, I'm just like Indian ancestry.
Take the ancestry test,
No, not. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I guess I can do that. But yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, I was, and also I'm wondering, like, how many people were before me?
Why confirm banyak sih.
Right, like, okay, we know until maybe great grandparents. That's how far I know about my family. I don't know great grandparents. Now I don't know. So, like, there's so much, so many people. Like, what were they? I mean, like, I like history and shit, so I'm like, what were they doing? Like,
were they farmers? Like,
were they, were they around during like Roman times or what? Like, what? Like,
what were they like shamans or some shit?
Yeah. Because the thing is, I feel like you learn about that shit, then you learn about yourself a little bit more, lah. Like, now you know, like, okay, my parents work as this, my grandparents worked as this, my great grandparents did this. But what before that? There was a lot more before that.
I think it's one of those things where you will never know, though. So, but there's so much, like, there's so many individuals involved to get to you.
To end up here. Yeah,
there's so many individuals involved, like, so many.
Yeah.
But was it Genghis Khan yang, because of him there's like berapa percent of the world population is actually have his blood?
Descendant. Yeah.
Pukimak punya Genghis Khan.
I think they said he impregnated like 80% of the women that was like living in under his wherever he conquered. So like Mongolia, that's why, I mean, when we make jokes that they look the same, if you think about it, like Mongolia, some parts of China, and like these areas, Tibet, like these areas where he was around, if you say that he came from, they all kind of like come from him. That's why they kind of all looked kind of a little bit the same, lah. Like, that guy was a dog, bro. He was just doing shit.
And the fact that we don't know where his body is being buried also pisses me off. Like, do you know like how he was buried? And okay, he was buried, and then people who buried him got killed, and then people who killed the people who killed the barrier got killed. So it's like lost like that.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it yesterday. I don't know why. I was just like, who was the first person who led? How did it end up here? It's crazy. Also, by the way, I watched the Roman Empire. That shit fire. That shit fire as fuck. I think I finished it in like 2 days. I think.
Oh, it's okay. I'll pass you. I found like a bunch more. I found the samurai. I found the pirates. I'm down to watch that. So that shit fire.
I started watching and I couldn't stop watching. I was like, holy shit, this is damn like.
Yeah. Like how Caligula went fucking crazy. Went crazy. I was like, oh, cool gila.
And I didn't know about this. What's his name? Commodus.
Yeah, dude, Commodus is so fucking badass.
Yeah, badass. I didn't know about him at all. I didn't know Commodus at all.
I also found out about him from that series.
Yeah.
If you guys, what's the title? If anybody,
it's called Roman Empire.
Roman Empire. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, like I have a list on my PC for ID names because I play a lot of games, right? So like a lot of the time my number got rembat and kena rembat.
Yeah.
Commodus is actually one of it. I put there. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Why TJ? Why that flew badass, dude? It was badass.
Yeah, but it was interesting also because I also like that, like even Caesar punya part also. I feel like they were kind of like shedding light on other people and other people who were involved. Like, because I was like, at first I was like, is this gonna be just like Julius Caesar and shit? Like, I know the story already. It's fine, but yeah, the other two I was like, oh shit, I didn't know about this shit.
And then there's like rumors. Check out, was it? I think Gladys Maximus was dead.
Yeah.
But suddenly he was the mom, and then he came back.
Yeah.
And his wife had to sleep with the other person just to save like her family.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Zaman tu punya politik next level tu.
That's because I mean that was like the first real political era. That period of time was the first time, you know. Egypt had their shit. Had their shit. Yeah, Egypt had their shit with Cleopatra and all these people and all that. But I think in Rome it was real politics. It was like got propaganda, got like people conspiring against you, your own.
And then it's like real council of people talking.
Yeah, the senatorship and all that shit. Like, yeah, it was fire. Thanks for the recommendation.
I got a bunch more. Yeah, when I watch, I pass. KK.
Okay, I think we've been going on for quite some time already, right? Okay, I think we can end it here. Small music thing I just want to say. Young Raja dropped an EP. It's called Mike. There's 3 songs on it. And I was very pleasantly surprised.
It was good?
It was good. It was really, really, really good. I was listening to it and you know I'm not the biggest Young Raja fan, but I was listening to it like, yeah, this is really, really good. Y'all should go check that shit out.
I'll check the shit
songs. There's 3 songs. The first song is kind of like a freestyle type vibe, and then the other 2 are like bangers. Y'all go check that shit out. All right, I think we ended this shit right here. Gas Station Podcast episode, whatever the fuck it is, I can't remember. I'm your host Kayczar, and I'm back here once again with my boy. We got Nobu, aka Amirul, in the building. Back to streaming next month.
Next month, yes sir.
Is it next month? We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's no longer Nobu Place. It's just Nobu now.
I said Nobu. I didn't say Nobu Place.
Oh, see, it's like easier to say.
I knew it.
Hive mind is real.
Yeah, go check that shit out. My name is Kayczar. I'm a rapper producer. You can check my music out on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your music. Also, even though Sashi is not here, go check him out on Instagram at Kafka_Purp. We hope he's doing good. Sending our love to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Gas Station Podcast, episode whatever. Be signing the fuck out. Peace.